Activate defenses.
Activate defenses.
Commence countdown.
10 minutes and counting.
9 minutes and counting. 8 minutes and counting. 7 minutes and counting.
6 minutes and counting.
5 minutes and counting. 4 minutes and counting. 3 minutes and counting. 2 minutes and counting.
1 minute and counting.
40 seconds and counting. 10, 9, 8.
Hello, David Zaritsky for the Bond Experience. Welcome, everybody, to the No Time to Die happy hour. As you can see, you are in my room, my collection. What is it? I don't know, but I'm actually sitting in front of my No Time to Die area. I thought this would be the perfect place to have the happy hour. And we have to start with the basics. Number one, can you hear me? I mean, that's a really important one, but also let me know where you're dialing from. This is global nowadays. This is why we're live streaming all over the world. And just want to know where you're from, where you're dialing in. And if you really are feeling tenacious, tell me what you're drinking tonight. I'm going to introduce our drink of choice very momentarily. But here we are. It's now April 3rd. And yesterday, we were supposed to have a movie called No Time to Die. We didn't. Yeah, pesky pandemic. But it has been delayed, obviously, to the end of September or beginning of October. But that doesn't mean that we can't still have a party and enjoy ourselves. This is what we do in the Bond community. We make lemonade out of lemons when we have to. But I can't do this alone. I needed to have you come to this happy hour today to ask questions and comments and all types of things. But guess what? I'm not doing this alone today. I've invited some people, and let's have them come on board. Harris and Joe, come on down.
How's everybody doing? Hello there.
What's happening?
The gentlemen are now here, which is great. And we didn't want to show that. But first of all, guys, welcome. Thanks for joining me.
Great to be here in the flesh, not virtually.
I noticed that.
Very cool. You really physically patched this in.
We did. With this, the new technology, we can kind of do this, which is kind of nice like this. And let's just also check out real quickly. I am not doing this, and this is not a private video. I'm wondering why it's created public or unlisted video. That's never good. All right. So clearly what's happened right now is my video is set to private. So Joe, while I'm fixing this for comments, talk to me. What would you have been doing right now if the movie had premiered?
Boy, that's a great question. And it's funny you should say that, because I kind of blanked out and sort of forgot that the film was scheduled at one point to come out in April, because I sort of feel like it could go to that idea that we don't until we actually see it, we're not going to believe it. Maybe my brain never actually was convinced that it was going to be April. So yeah, maybe for that reason, it just kind of didn't occur to me. So boy, wouldn't it have been nice if I was in London right now, having a couple pints and talking about what a great movie that was last night, and
Greatest film ever.
boy, this trip has been the best ever.
Oh my God.
What about you, Harris? What would you have been doing?
Well, I very much like Joe just said, I think we'd be in London. I think we would maybe have been in Oslo if we were lucky, having a good time, being around everybody that we like, and friends and family, and having some drinks. Definitely some fries.
Yeah,
Or
because
chips.
that is Harris's entire diet.
Well, look, I
the
have a
fries.
staff that travels with me that literally prepares my fries in an air fryer everywhere that I go.
By the way, what I love about this is this new technology I'm doing right now.
Yep.
We are literally just making some changes, and a part of those changes are going to be really, really cool once we get them set up. But we need to get them set up. Let's save those changes.
How much do you think the No Time to Die poster that has the April date is going to be worth when it's all said and done?
Way to segue. Nothing, because there's millions of them around. I can give you some before you leave for wrapping paper. There are so many.
Do you remember when Jeff Weibo was handing them out like candy in Toronto?
Yes,
I do actually. I do. That was a lot of fun.
Last trip too, over a year ago.
It was a while. And by the way,
Oh.
let's talk about the sensitivities around this, because, you know, there are some people saying, happy hour, are we really happy about this? First of all, hopefully you're having an adult libation. I have actually mixed up for my friends. Each one of them is going to get a glass. There is some Blackwell rum. I've actually created a GoldenEye, and a GoldenEye's got some pineapple juice. It's got some lime. It's got some other fruits in it. And gentlemen, let me pour you each a drink,
Nice.
because it is a happy hour.
Nice and
It
cold.
smells good too. Hold on a second. We'll do a toast with
Thank you,
everybody.
sir.
Of course. Of course. Hopefully there's enough to go around. Oh, there's plenty to go around.
Oh,
All right. So to everybody who's joining us, and to you gentlemen, cheers.
cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Happy holiday weekend
is
if
a
you
GoldenEye.
celebrate. It is a GoldenEye. Mm-mm-mm.
Mm. Very fragrant.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, lovely.
That is tasty.
It really is.
Is that not tasty?
Man, you have about 3 of these and not
I
realize.
bet this takes you back to a faraway land.
It really does. And I'm still trying to get this from private to public. Just give me 1 second, everybody. It's going to be worth it. And it's giving me issues. That's fine. So you guys may have to actually take questions and comments from YouTube. I don't think you're going to mind doing that, do you?
No, why not?
All right, good. So we've got some interesting topics today and some interesting things that we want to show you, because everybody was very concerned. Some of you may have even posted this, that we were going to get into spoilers. We're going to try really hard to stay away from spoilers. If we get into a territory that we think some people might interpret as a spoiler, we're going to tell you. We'll give you a fair warning, and you can mute it. You can close your eyes. You can earmuff. Today, for example, you know, I'm coming a little bit representative of clothing wise. You got the jacket on. We've got surroundings all around us. We don't think any of this is going to give any spoilers, right?
I hope not.
I hope not,
certainly
too.
Not. If it does, I apologize.
Is that a jacket? Is that a No Time to Die jacket? I guess it is,
He-
isn't it? I didn't realize
he's
it.
wearing a No
Okay.
Time to Die
Nice,
jacket.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Nicely
It's
done.
a film that might be coming out.
Nicely done.
It might.
Might.
No, it will. Of course it will. First of all, let's start off with some kind of interesting things, because I asked these guys earlier, and I kind of wanted to ask all of you as well. How long has it been since you've heard the Billie Eilish song? Has it been a bit?
It's been a bit.
Year and almost a year and a half, I would guess.
Exactly. So here's what I'd like
Right.
to do. I'm going to actually play the song,
Mm.
and I'd like to talk a little bit about it,
Sure.
because it's been a while. Some people have actually said that this has grown on them. So let's get a quick listen. Okay. Wow. We have Gremlins.
Wow.
We have Gremlins in the happy hour. So I clicked on the Billie Eilish, and that other tune played, which it was kind of a sneak preview for later, but that's okay. Let's see how we can. Okay, we finally got what day and who won what. But that was great. Thank you, Billy, for that serenade. What is the chat room saying? What are people's reaction to the music?
You know, it's very 50-50. I think it's very much split down the middle. I mean, everyone really likes it, and then other people really don't.
James Bond Style says romance in Italy. Love it.
Yeah, looks like it's going to definitely be romance in Italy.
Jack says the gun barrel is great. Hans Zimmer score is great.
Yeah.
Billie Eilish song, nah.
Bill Koenig says it hasn't won the Oscar. Did it not win it? I could've
See, I
sworn-
knew it. Thank you, Bill.
Sorry.
I thought it was like a whole year
Sorry.
ago that it actually took the Oscar, and I guess I thought it was two in a row for Bond. No?
I am the oldest one here, but I'm not so old that.
Tim says the Billie Eilish song is so great, and the Zimmer score will be quite good.
Yeah, I have high hopes for the Zimmer score. I don't exactly know why people are kind of a little bit down on Zimmer.
I think everyone thinks it's going to sound like The Dark Knight, or it's going to sound like Inception with kind of like all. But I think some of that is needed in Bond, because some of the Bond scores, again, David Arling, we love him. Newness is not. I think Thomas Newman went a little too far. The pendulum swung a little too far. I think Zimmer's going to be right in the middle.
So
giving you Barry and giving you a little bit of Thomas Newman edge.
That's a wonderful appetizer to the next thing. Now, I will alert everybody. This is the first alert of the happy hour. Alert, alert.
Earmuffs.
Don't listen to this man. Listen to him occasionally. What we're going to play you is 2 musical score pieces. Now, I want to give thanks to CJ Carpenter, who raised his hand to me and said that somebody who very ingeniously, whatever, Saturday, went and took the 007 podcast, the No Time to Die one that, came out and then was closed down, and actually isolated some of the music that was in the background. Now, it's pure speculation whether it's Zimmer, but clearly it's something very unique and new that they either made for the podcast, which would have been rare, and it's not in any of the trailers. And there's some speculation to where this might be seen, but we don't know for sure. So we're not going to give those spoilers, but we are going to let you listen. It's only a couple seconds of each one, but we're going to play the first one, then we're going to discuss it a little bit, and then we're going to play the next one. And these are isolated sounds. So if you think a spoiler is music, I mean, hats off to you. That's incredible. I don't think it is, but here we go. Here goes the first one.
Whew. Goodness, great.
I like that. Yeah.
Oh, you feel that? I feel that. I hope you all feel that.
It's super bouncy, that tune, and it's an elongated Bond theme, which is kind of amazing. And again, this is something, it's been on YouTube for a bit. It was just pointed out to us very recently.
It sounds like Hans Zimmer and them are actually going to, use the Bond theme, which for some reason in the last, few movies we've kind of
I see what you're saying.
Step back. They've been afraid to use the Bond theme.
And I think in some of the interviews they said that they want to use the theme, the Billie Eilish theme, but they also want to use the Bond theme, which is like, whoo, that's good. And it's impossible for us to tell where it is because we don't know where the movie. But Joe, what did you think of just that clip?
I liked it a lot. I really like it. It's got a silkiness to it.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it. It's the Bond theme. I kind of don't like it when they seem to shy away too much from it. I say use it where you can, and I really like how they're doing it, especially in terms of this being Craig's last film. Meaning, like, okay, like. I won't go through the whole litany of the Craig tenure, but it's kind of like, is he James Bond yet? Is he James Bond yet? Now he's James Bond.
Yeah.
There's no two ways about it. So I want that theme in here a lot. And this was a nice, lush, silky sound. I like it a lot.
James Bond style says goosebumps. Totally agree.
What are
Totally
some of the
agree.
other reactions?
Connor
Daniel-
Bentley says sounds very Blade Runner-y at the start.
Blade Runner. Wow.
Interesting.
All right.
Daniel Gaster, I can imagine it as Bond is walking down the street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe in London or something.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Maybe
Jack Heim says, I loved it and I do agree with Joe. Since he agreed with me, I read his comments.
Yeah. This is better than electronics. This is just Joe picking out which one to support Joe. That's all.
I like it.
By the way, did anybody feel that was a spoiler? Am I being too eggshelly here and cautious? It's good to be eggshelly the day before Easter.
I mean,
See where I went
it's
with?
literally the Bond theme. We know you're going to hear it in the film. It's not
Yeah, there was no
surprise.
plot points or anything like that.
Right.
There's no name to this. This was literally somebody isolating, these from the podcast. So here's the next one. It's a little bit shorter, very different. And again, if you're prone to musical spoilers, I guess mute it. But here we go, and then we'll talk about the clip.
It's rich Corinthian leather.
Wow, Corinthian leather, Roland. That's super poetic. All right, so thank you everybody for having a great sense of humor and saying that I ruined the entire film.
And shout out to Bud from the Bond Brain for saying, you just revealed that the Bond theme is going to be in the next Bond film.
I know. It's like, wait for it.
Oh my God.
Boom.
I have a great comment by Connor Bentley.
Okay.
I also agree with Joe.
Oh God. Here
Really?
we go.
Can
David-
somebody take his phone away?
All right. If you want, never mind. We're moving on.
All right, we're gonna take a little cleanse of a little colon cleanse. That's what he's drinking to prepare. He didn't know, but and we're gonna be talking about a really interesting subject about the Bond in this movie. So one of the things that Joe and I were talking about in preparation of this discussion is Daniel Craig's portrayal of this Bond. Are we going to get a Casino Royale Bond? Are we going to get a Quantum of Solace badass Bond? Are we going to get a kind of a quieter but still tough Skyfall Bond? Or are we going to get a Spectre Bond? So, Joe, we'll start with you. First of all, which Bond do you want to see show up? And which one do you think we're going to get? I mean, they're all kind of the same.
Yeah, it's interesting because I people should know kind of like the discussion we were having was that it's interesting how actually I'll backtrack a little bit more. The Dr. No Connery makes a big transition to the Diamonds Are Forever Sean Connery, even though it's only in a span of 9 years. Craig's tenure is actually longer. He still looks the same, yet somehow he does sort of move a little bit from his beginning in Casino Royale to what we got in Spectre. Hard to pinpoint what that is. Whereas Connery is very obvious in his just the way he looks and the way he plays it. This one it's a little more difficult to sort of figure it out. But if I had to take a guess, I'd say we're kind of getting back to scrappier Daniel Craig from the first view.
I agree, and even the Spectre, where he has a train fight and there's no blood or bleeding. I mean, you can already tell from trailers. There's no spoilers here. He's going to get beaten up a little bit. He's going to, made you feel it, did he? He's going to feel it. I don't think it's going to be a swing back to Quantum of Solace where he's just a wrecking ball, or even Casino Royale. I think it's probably going to be a part Casino Royale. Listen to me making like an amalgamation. Part Casino Royale, part Skyfall portrayal of Bond. But I don't think it'll be as hard-edged as Quantum, and I don't think it'll be as soft as Spectre. What do you think?
And I think you're going to get more confidence. I think you're going to get the most confident Daniel Craig Bond. Think like Brosnan in World Is Not Enough.
Yeah.
He's Bond at that moment. You know what I mean? He's Bond.
Yeah.
I think you're going to have Daniel Craig most comfortable, happiest probably in the role, probably since before Casino. So I think you're going to get a little bit of that Casino Quantum vibe with the confidence of today's Daniel Craig. It's his role now.
I like where you guys are going with this. So here's a kind of a part B question. I want everybody in the chat room to play this game too. Okay. Joe, what Bond do you want to show up? If you were to choose any movie and his portrayal, which one would it be?
It's hard not to go back to that that the freshness of Casino Royale, where we went back to this kind of, I don't want to say harder edge, but just a little more of like, I'll just say a man's man. I feel like we had a very unapologetic Daniel Craig in Casino Royale, and that's what I would like to see.
Totally agree. One who believes and he's okay with being himself. He's just like, take me or leave me. Hire me or fire me.
I got to represent, although it's not a wholesale change from what you guys are saying. I would love a Quantum of Solace Bond. One just is, he's beaten, he's weathered, he bounces back.
Holding a knife in somebody while looking up and looking away.
Moves like a cat, super cool. Takes it on the chin, and snappy remarks, short on dialogue, but big on action.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe because
do you want drunk Bond?
Where'd that come from?
Quantum on the plane?
Yeah, but he wasn't like Harris Thomas drunk. He was just.
Let's be fair.
No, he was a little more like David Zaritsky drunk, wouldn't you say?
I've never seen David Zaritsky drunk.
Exactly. Okay. Like you wouldn't know that Bond was drunk. I've had a case of beer before this.
By the way, I'm getting an overwhelming amount of agreement in the chat room. So
to you,
yeah.
Anyone who agrees with Joe.
My God,
I'll just simply say that. I'll give a blanket statement.
All right, so would you say that the chat room is more alit with they want a Casino Royale Bond than any other Bond to show up?
I'm seeing a lot of Quantum Bond, by the way.
Quantum Bond,
which is interesting that more people are saying
Quantum Bond. Quantum Bond.
I'm also seeing a lot of I agree with Joe. Yes, Joe, we agree. Joe is the man.
Well, that's Casino Royale Joe. That's Casino Royale Joe. By the way, that's your new nickname for the happy hour, Casino Royale Joe. No, it's an important thing because I think one thing that we have to take in and realize is Daniel Craig is back because I believe, and I think many of us believe, that Daniel Craig has an opportunity and he doesn't want Spectre to be his last movie. And by the way, nobody would ever admit it's bad. And like we say all the time, relax. Even the worst Bond movies are still better than most movies. But I don't think he wanted that to be his swan song.
Yeah, I completely agree. I honestly, I feel like I would take money. I would bet that part of the reason why we're getting a fifth Daniel Craig is that he did not want Spectre to be a swan song.
Yeah, which listen, no one's trying to like be the franchise support program here, but I think that's why he and others are not going to let it be a shite movie. Quite frankly, I think he has seen to the picture. It's been a difficult picture from a logistics standpoint. Don't even mention the release and the PR and the marketing, please. But I'm talking about the picture shoot itself has been challenging. But as Barbara Broccoli says, that's show business, baby.
You and I did a whole series where we talked about the last ones and how they tend to be they never go out on a high note. I think this film is going to break that curse. I really do think this one is going to break that streak and we will finally get a final film where this is a high note.
Okay, so you have just started the next question we have for the chat room, and you guys are going to play along. So I'd like everybody to tell me, and take your time. I know this might take some time, and we'll read out some comments, where they feel No Time to Die is going to fall on the Daniel Craig spectrum. No. Is it Casino Royale first, No Time to Die second? Is that going to be third, fourth? What is that? If you have extra time, you can actually put them in rating order. Wow. Pure speculation. We don't know. We have trailers and some music.
I feel like I had to say this, guys. I'm not like ignoring everyone on the thing. I'm actually looking at your comments so that we can read them. I feel better. Looking at the phone the whole time while we're on this.
That's totally fine. But I'll tell you, while people are building up, where do you think, speculation-wise, Harris?
Oh, man.
Below Skyfall, above Skyfall?
We're going to be above Skyfall.
Wow.
Shots fired.
That's strong.
I'm going to go, I'm just going to rank them for you.
Okay.
We're going to go Casino.
Yeah.
I'm thinking we have a chance to be No Time to Die.
Wow. That's great. I'd love that.
Then we're going Quantum.
Okay. Wow.
Skyfall, Spectre. And the one thing that I'm having a hard time with is Skyfall and Spectre because I almost kind of want to flip-flop them because I have grown to really enjoy Spectre a little bit more as the years have gone by.
At first, I was so proud of you because you put Quantum before Skyfall, and then you said that Spectre thing.
Well, you know.
Wait, so you think right now Spectre is above Quantum and Skyfall?
Oh no, I did not
No,
say
no.
that.
Oh.
No, goodness gracious!
He said he might change Spectre around.
I might put Skyfall at the bottom of the barrel.
Joe's in disbelief. So where do you think No Time to Die?
You gonna unfollow me?
I am gonna unfollow.
What do people say?
I think I just lost all my followers. Oh, I like it. Omega Bond watches. I agree with Harris. That's what we're looking for.
Wow.
Connor Bentley says Quantum is not better than Skyfall.
Fletcher Sykes, Harris's ranking is the same as mine.
Nice,
Bond
Fletcher.
Brain says hopefully number 1, but trailer makes me think 4th.
Ouch.
That's an interesting statement. Bond Brain
Ouch.
maybe not liking the trailer too much.
Ooh, Steven says alphabetically.
Jordan, that would be cool. Jordan made in 007, laugh out loud. I agree with Joe's reaction. This is going to be a standing joke. Okay. Mark Waldman says, here we go. Casino, No Time to Die, Skyfall, Spectre, Quantum, and then Poop.
Oh.
So I think he's putting Spectre, Quantum, and Poop in the same receptacle.
Ouch.
All right, Mark.
Daniel
how do you
Gasser
really
had
feel?
almost the exact same thing. He just switched Quantum and Spectre,
Yeah.
which is probably where I would fall.
Wow.
Dressed to Thrill 007, Quantum above Skyfall. What are you smoking, Harris?
Well,
He just started drinking.
yeah.
I mean, he just started drinking. All right, so again, Great Wuta says whoever puts Spectre number 1 should leave here now.
Now let's not be.
Come
that. I mean,
on.
what happened to liking?
All
things?
are welcome. Go to the light, Carol Ann. All are welcome.
Do you remember when we used to always say that like what the greatest thing ever about the Bond thing is that it didn't matter what your favorite film was, it didn't matter what your least favorite film was, we all would like get together at the table and enjoy it.
I said that before I met you. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
We don't mock people.
We don't
until
mock
now.
people. It's okay. You're allowed to like diamonds, you know?
And some people are even saying that No Time to Die looks better than Spectre for the pure sense of cinematography. The way the film looks.
would totally agree with that.
Yeah.
It looks cinematic.
100%.
I mean, if you just, I just watched Tenet, this week, and it's like we need No Time to Die looking like Tenet.
And by the way, you can tell a lot by a trailer. For example, let's take a look at this. Sounds like a news report. And now, off to the video. Joe? I mean, just look here. The coloring and everything looks amazing.
The past isn't dead.
I mean, just the clarity and the color on everything is amazing.
Fate draws us back together. Now your enemy is my enemy.
Can they just release the Matera scene like right now?
What do you want?
I mean, when I say scene, I mean like 40 minutes.
Just a elongated scene.
When her secret finds its way out, it'll be the death of you.
There is
I think
so
that
much
is
going
going to
on.
be a gut wrenching,
You can imagine why
like
I've
tear
come back to
jerking.
play.
Like you're gonna feel that when he's
There's a young lady in San
that shot of the plane going in over Jamaica
When you're ready.
has the potential. to be incredible.
That is amazing. And then, of course, you have Anna Artemis. I love the toast aspect. He's all dressed in a tuxedo.
young woman.
I get why you shot him.
I wonder if
well,
Anna de
everyone
Armas is
tries
going
at
to be
least once.
a knockout in this like she was in Knives Out, or if John Lynch is going to be the one, because I don't think they're both going
James
to come out.
Bond.
This is like as
We
much of a
both
success.
eradicate people.
Oh, interesting.
There's
I
always
don't know.
going to be a breakout star.
Yeah.
I just wonder
To
if
make the world a
I wonder if
better
Anna
place.
is already
I
hit
just
her
want to be a
Right.
little
thing, because this would have
Tinier.
obviously rolled back the clock. Right around the same time.
I totally get a 1960s vibe whenever they show Safin.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's a Dr. No thing at all. I just think it's like a 1960s feel to the environment that it's in.
Do you think we're going to see that fake gun barrel shot in the film? That we've seen in all trailers. It's just a trailer shot.
Harder to tell the
Where he's
good
walking
from
into
bad,
the-
villains from heroes these
I think we'll
days.
see it, but I don't think it's going to be a gun barrel.
What is it?
I think that is a trailer thing.
Going to kill millions.
By the way, I know many of you have taken this thing apart.
If we don't do this,
I think we constantly do it.
there will be nothing left to save.
By the way, Stu QQ says, is it weird that this was the Bond film that didn't go on Safari yet? Well, I think that's cool. Whatever gets you into it. Yeah. She seems more comfortable, a little less babe in the woods. I got it. November. Wait, we gotta wait till November of 2021 now. What the? That's terrible.
No.
It's like the Three Stooges up here. All right, so I have to confess, guys, it's
Please.
been months since I saw the trailer.
Yeah,
Me
actually,
too.
it's
I
been
haven't
well,
watched
yeah.
anything No Time to Die except
Yeah.
for anything that I see on Instagram.
Oh my
And,
gosh. Are you kind of like, did it lift you a little bit?
yes and no. I'm going to say more on the no.
Okay.
Only because, for a lot of reasons. But I think, well,
What?
Well,
Name one.
we could be here all day. I think once the marketing thing starts picking back up, just starting to see that again, there's a winner there. It looks. I mean, it looks like a winner there. I'm trying to keep my excitement down a little bit because I don't want to get stood up again. And I've been stood up many a times in my life.
Nobody likes rejection and being stood up. My gosh, we don't want to be stood up. But I mean, we're probably so hungry that even if the trailer gets 30% of the way towards a movie of becoming what we
No.
think it could be,
No.
I think we're going to be pretty happy with it. But Joe, what did you think of seeing the trailer again?
It did kind of start to flood back to me, and I kind of remembered why this trailer got me so excited in the first place, and I do think I like how big it looks. Like this film, there's some films that look like it happens in a 48 hour span or whatever.
Yeah.
This one looks a little more epic. Like this is going to take a little time, and we're going to be able to savor this. And again, it just looks gorgeous. And that to me is. That's a big chunk of, I think, sometimes what gives you a satisfying experience.
Nicholas Slayton says, "This year is the year, lads. 6 years since Spectre," says James Bond style. And one of the interesting things is more than a couple people are saying, does the marketing department have anything left? Do they have any more bullets in the gun? And if so, what are they going to fire?
Boy, that's a good question. I guess they're, remember at one point didn't they do a contest about doing Bond posters?
Yes.
Maybe they're going to actually have to start digging out some of the posters that we never actually saw.
That was kind of
because,
bad.
because you're right. I mean, they're running out of material. I mean, how much more can they show us? Frankly, I really hope they don't. I hope they just start running the existing trailers again. I hope we don't get any new scenes. That'd be nice.
They're going to have to do something, right?
We got plenty.
They're going to I mean, all right, so let's say they don't give you any more trailers. They're just going to repeat. They got to give you something, right?
Well, I tell you what they could do very
something.
successfully. They could actually carve out 4.5 to 6 minutes of uncut scene. Of some scene. They do that now with movies where they actually show, we're going to give you the first 6 minutes of the movie, or we're going to give you
The Dark Knight when they did the IMAX, the first 6 minutes of the bank robbery.
I think it's the only thing that they can do, because if they start repeating, I mean, let's face it, the trailers that are out now are tweaks of the previous trailer.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're getting
all the same footage. It's all the same footage.
And we're getting something maybe new once, and then we're starving, and it's like, now we study that new footage. So
just give me 6 minutes, 7 minutes of a scene that doesn't tell me any plot.
Well, listen, people are pretty adamant about this. Jay Sadowski says, please don't show us any more footage. The first trailer was perfection.
Yeah.
Remy327 says no new material.
Well, you're going to get new material. It's just the situation that we all find ourselves in.
You are ornery. What is wrong with you? You are ornery
We just
tonight.
are. We just are. You can't,
Well,
Omega Lorenzo agrees with me. So there you go.
Oh, Andrew Storm, I love this. Only Bond fans need new footage. Anybody else, they're meh.
Oh, hey, I like this. This actually kind of goes back to your thing, Joe. Peachy B, cool name, says we need to have a poster by Faye Dalton, who does the Folio Society editions.
Oh, yeah.
Now
yeah.
That would be cool. By the way, Carl Barber 007 says Harris is hungover. So obviously, where were you last night that he knows you were hungover?
I was at a poetry reading.
Tom Ryan says we need more behind the scenes videos. That'd be more exciting than new trailers. I think that's great.
Behind the scenes. That would be amazing.
Absolutely.
Actually, I'll tell you what. Let's take that idea of a behind the scenes shot and let's give the audience a little something here. Now, this could be a spoiler. I'm going to say this again.
Earmuffs.
We're going to show you a behind the scenes shot of Daniel Craig, right? And Lea Seydoux getting out of the DB5 in Matera. There are no lines. There's no plot whatsoever, but you're going to see some footage.
Except for the clown running across the street.
There's the clown. So let's take a look at it. And there's the clown. We can like literally do a play-by-play. So the DB5 pulls up. The DB5 looks amazing there. Oh, and there is the Madeline in the rouge dress. Daniel Craig.
looking like Bond right there.
He's so looking like Bond.
Connolly jacket, I think, is.
And I love seeing these behind the scene shots. They're going into the hotel. Now, this probably won't make the movie. This is something they do on film sets a lot. They just show scenes. But look at that. They've got their Globetrotter suitcases that they're taking out. How amazing is that?
I like how the green matches the back of the vest.
Oh, that is good.
The lag is so short too.
Yeah, it's
So
amazing. And they go in. Now, what's really cool about this? Yep, they're pulling cut. They do it again. So this is some footage where they're taking different angles, different shots. They're asking Daniel Craig to act differently. So look at this. What a gentleman. What he's doing, Harris.
That's what I've been doing wrong all these years.
You got to go around to the woman's side. What were you thinking? How are people digging this so far? Pretty cool, right? Spoilerless. Good.
No
Thank you,
bullet
Lloyd
holes
Nance. Nicholas Slayton says, nice car. No bullet holes. Yeah, that's a telling sign. I love these guys getting out the luggage. What's going through their head? Like, we're going to be in a Bond film, and I don't care if I'm sweeping up. I'm in a Bond film.
Well, they get the whole Globetrotter. I mean,
They do get the whole Globetrotter. They need to make it look like there's like clothing in there, because he's packed a lot of shite in there.
Kara Connolly, that's a cool last name, says, I'm loving this.
Up and take. Now it looks like the camera's pulled a little bit farther back. And all right, there's Daniel Craig again getting out. Yeah, the camera looks like it's in a different.
It's a little weird how like the valet guy just kind of like stands there and doesn't like do it, like doesn't even come to the door.
Dude, if they're not doing it at the Holiday Inn when you pull up, then you're doing something wrong.
And I stayed at a lot of Holiday Inns.
I wonder if these two valet guys will be on the Bond Experience to be interviewed.
The more important question is, are they real valets?
There's no way.
You don't think so? You don't think that's the?
There's no way.
No.
I mean, it would be super cool if they are, but this is show business.
You
baby.
can find out when you interview them.
Yeah, exactly. If anybody knows their name. So think about, we're not going to show you this whole thing because this goes on for some time. This is movie magic. And what's great is, we're all drinking this in.
Give me one more.
You want to see one more?
One more. We're pulled in now.
Listen. The bells are going off. How cool is that?
This will be interesting to see how the final shot looks, because I'm seeing the umbrella in the background.
Yeah.
I'm seeing
Yeah.
some trees strategically placed around by the steps. I think the final shot's going to be gorgeous. It's just gonna be amazing to see sort of before and after.
I love how casual Craig walks.
Yeah.
That's the Bond walk I'm looking for. He's sauntering. He's not obnoxious, but he's confident as hell. He gets out of the car. You'd have to practice that swagger in a mirror.
And haven't we seen some of it though? Because there's the shot out there of them walking, arm and we've seen half of it.
Sure.
We've seen a lot of that. Now, I will tell you, whoever said that about seeing behind the scenes stuff, good on you. I agree. Honestly, I could watch behind the scenes stuff all day. I love it when you get a sneak peek. I love when somebody talks behind it. This movie in particular seems like we haven't gotten a lot of that. It seemed like with Spectre we were getting much more, wouldn't you say?
More behind the scenes?
Yeah, like Michael G. Wilson was kind of coming on with those snippets every now and then, and giving us a little bit more taste.
I'd love to see a little bit more behind the scenes because, especially now with all the stuff going on, give us something. That's the one thing that they have that they can hand out to us that, is not a bunch of new footage and spoiler.
Yeah, and I've heard through the grapevine that there is a documentary